Today I'm going to cover some stretches and exercises to help with shoulder pain or tightness. It's good to cover the surrounding areas first. For example, here we're going to open up the chest muscles. I like to lay in a foam roller and I can hold it statically where it's tight, or I can also move up like this, up and down, just through a motion. If you sit all day and you kind of have a rounded posture, that can help a lot. Next here, I take a foam roller. This is essentially child's pose, except since my hands are about 6 inches off the floor, I can use gravity and push my chest towards the floor, giving my upper back a good stretch. Next, similar to the stretch I just showed, is a lat stretch. The only difference is I'm leaning a little to the left here to get my left lat involved in a stretch. And then next, I'm leaning to the right, as you can see here, to get my right lat involved. All these stretches I've shown you can hold from 30 seconds to a minute, and if you're really tight, even longer. Next, with some shoulder exercises. This is a great exercise for the external rotators of your shoulder. You take a band, you pull out, hold for 5 to 10 seconds. You can do this for many reps for a couple rounds, like 10 to 15 reps with that hold for a couple rounds. Next here, works a little bit of shoulder strength and stability. We have the lateral raise. It's not quite to your side, but it's diagonal. And we're getting a raise here, which strengthens the rotator cuff. But now with that left arm, we've included some stability work. My right arm is going through a motion. I can go overhead. I can go down and up, working strength, while my opposite arm is holding, so it's stabilizing. It's good to have stability in the shoulder, especially when you're doing bigger movements like a bench press, an overhead press. Here are some other external rotation variations. As you can see, I just did an overhead press. This you can include if you're someone who likes to do an overhead press in your workouts. It's good to take a band through an overhead press to get some exercise specific movements involved, so you have a movement pattern emulating your own workout as well. This is similar to the banded external rotation with the hold I showed earlier. You can do this 10 to 15 reps for a couple rounds as well. Next, this is a variation of the Lock Big 3. The name is unimportant. I like to use this as a warm-up before I do an exercise. You can also do this after a workout in your mobility routine. This works the muscles behind your shoulder, which can assist with movements that are involving your rotator cuff. And then lastly, we have wall glides. This is good to assist overhead movement. You're pushing out against the band. You don't want your elbows to cave in. And with that fight outward against the band, you're turning on your external rotators. It's getting blood to the rotator cuff. And there will be a bit of a burn, but your shoulders will feel great afterwards.